Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. Rabbi yassir wa la tuassir wa tammim bil khair. Ameen ya Rabbil alamin. Today inshallah we will be dealing with lesson number 5. Lesson number 5, Ad-Darsul Qamis, Huruful Munawwana. Munawwana at-tanween. Munawwana is nothing but fathatain, kasratain, dammatain. Munawwana means fathatain, kasratain, dammatain. In our previous lesson, we saw a single count mutaharrik letters. We saw all the single count mutaharrik letters which will be read only with the single count, that is one count. Now in this lesson inshallah we will be looking forward to munawwana letters. Munawwana is nothing but the tanween letters. What are the three kinds of tanween? The tanween is divided into three types. This sign, the double fatha, double kasra and double dhamma, is basically called tanween. What is double fatha, double kasra, double dhamma? It is called tanween. And if you see it separately, fathatain, the double dhamma is called fathatain. Fathatain. Double kasra is called as kasratain. Whereas double dhamma is called dhammatain. Dhammatain. Tain, tain, tain. Fathatain, kasratain, dhammatain. And these three signs all together are called tanween. Tanween. And they may also be called munawwana. The basic thing to remember about tanween is, when I read man, min, mun, mim fathatain man, mim kasratain min, mim dammatain mun. When I read man, min, mun, ban, bin, bun, you can see a small fraction of sound of noon. Yani you can hear the sound of noon very clearly. Like if I read man, you can hear the sound of noon. Man, 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 min, 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 mun, mun, mun. Therefore, I would say, when I say man, I can write this man in two forms. This is the first form and this is the second form. Both of them, they sound similar. Man, 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 man. If I write men, how will I split it? How will I split it? I will split it like min. If I write mun, if I split it, I will write it like mun. Similarly, to almost all the letters, if you find a tanween fathatain or tanween kasratain or tanween dammatain, you should remember that the sound man, min, mun, all three of them, they carry a noon sound in them. Noon sound in them. Noon sound in them. This basically means that there is a hidden noon sakina inside tanween. This, the slanting line of the fathatain, is nothing but hidden noon sakina. The slanting fatha, kasra, the slanting kasratain, out of these two parallel lines, The first parallel line of kasratain is nothing but a hidden noon sakina. Out of these two dhammatain, one of the dhamma is nothing but hidden noon sakina. Therefore, because of these hidden noon sakina, there will be a sound of noon inside fathatain, kasratain and dhammatain. Like if I have to read ban, how will I read it? Ban, ba fathatain ban, ba kasratain bin, ba dhammatain bun, ban, bin, bun. And if I have to split it, I will split it like ban, bin, bun. Similarly, one, win, wun, waw, fathatain, waw, fatha, noon, sukoon, one. This is also the way where you are splitting and making the listener realize that there is a hidden noon sakina inside it. But normally, how will we read it? We will read it as one, waw, fathatain, one, waw, kasratain, win. Don't forget to circle your lips. Waw, fathatain, one, waw, kasratain, win, waw, dhammatain, wun. Similarly, fa fathatain fan, fa kasratain fin, fa dhammatain fun, fa fathatain than, fa kasratain thin, fa dhammatain thun, dha fathatain dhan, dha kasratain dhin, dha dhammatain dhun, dhan dhin dhun. The two letters dal and dha, both of them may sound similar, but the only thing you have to remember is tha, dal and dha. All three belongs to the same group, huruf al-athawiyyah, but if you compare these three, you will find dal and tha. Both of them have a similar makhraj. Even dha also have the same makhraj, but these two letters are light letters, and this is a heavy letter. So how will we read it? Tha fathatain than, tha kasratain thin, tha dhammatain thun, than thin thun, dhal fathatain dhan, dhal kasratain dhin, dhal dhammatain dhun, dhan dhin dhun, dha fathatain dhan, dha kasratain dhin, dha dhammatain dhun. You should not read these two letters in the same way. Like if you read it like zan, zin, zun, zwan, zin, zun, basically you are not articulating them properly. You have to remember zal is light, tha is light, but dha, this is a heavy letter. So you have to raise the back of your tongue, raise your aqsal lisan to make it heavy. Zon, zin, zun. Similarly, if you see carefully and if you have the knowledge of makhraj, you will come to know that these three letters, za, sin and swad, these three are called huruf safir. All three of them belongs to the same family, but the only difference is sin has a whistling sound, za has a buzzing sound, whereas swad is a heavy letter. Swad is a heavy letter. These three are called huruf safir, the whistling letters. All three of them have a slight whistling sound. The zal has a buzzing sound, zzz, zzz, this kind of sound, whereas sin has a whistle in it, as, whereas swad is a bit heavy. So how will we read it? Sa fathah za, za fathatain zan, za kasratain zin, za dammatain zun, zan, zin, zun, z, z. This sound, buzzing sound, like a honeybee. The buzzing of a honeybee should be there in these three letters. Similarly, seen has a whistling sound. Sa fathatain san, sa kasratain sin, sa dammatain sun, san, sin, sun, swad fathatain son, swad kasratain sin, swad dammatain sun, son, sin, sun. Now, these three letters, Hurf Safir, they belong to the same family. Let me highlight the same family letters. Then comes Ta, Dal and To. Letter Ta, Dal and To. These three letters belongs to the same family. What are the letters? The group name of these three letters is Hurf Nata'iyah. Ta, Dal and To. And these three letters may sound similar to you if you don't follow tajweed. If you will not follow the tajweed, you will not distinguish between these three letters. So how will we read it? Ta, Dal and To. These three letters are called Hurf Nata'iyah. Ta is a light letter, Dal is a light letter, whereas To is a heavy letter. To also has one more character, that is the character of qalqala when it is in a sakin stage. So, To may carry qalqala in it if it carries a sukoon on it. Even Dal, when it carries a sukoon, it carries qalqala in it. Whereas Ta is a light letter. Dal is a light letter, whereas To is a heavy letter comparing to Dal and Ta. So how will we read it? Most of the times students make a mistake. They will mix up with To and Ta. Ta should be light and To should be heavy. How will we read it? Ta fathatain tan, ta kasratain tin, ta dammatain tun, tan, tin, tun. Ta can also be written in this form, and this form. Ta can be written in two forms. Ta can be written this way, a board shaped ta, ta masbuta and ta marbuta. Ta can be written in these two forms. These are the forms of Ta. So, how will we read it? Ta fathatain tan, ta kasratain tin, ta dammatain tun, tan, tin, tun. Dal fathatain dan, dal kasratain din, dal dammatain dun, dan, din, dun. To fathatain tuan, To kasratain tun, To dammatain tun, ton, tin, tun. Same way, let's go further to letter Lam and Ra. Letter Ra and letter Lam, they both belong to the same family, that is the letters of Taraf al-Lisan. Noon and Lam. These three letters, they belong to the family of Hurf Zalaqiyah. Zalaq in Arabic means the tip. Yani the tip of the tongue is involved to pronounce these three letters. Therefore, these three letters are called Hurf Zalaqiyah also. Ra fathatain ron, Ra kasratain rin, Ra dammatain run, ron, rin, run. Be careful. You have to keep certain things in your mind before you pronounce letter Ra. Ra when it carries a fatha, Ra when it carries a dhamma, Ra when it carries a fathatan, Ra when it carries a dhammatan should always be pronounced heavy. Run, 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 ra, ru, run, run. And it also has takrar. Takrar, the trilling, a slight trilling. When you pronounce the letter Ra, there should be a slight trilling in the sound. And that trilling should not exceed, it should not go more than required. So this run will be heavy, rin will be light, run will be heavy. Run, rin, run, nan, nin, nun, lan, lin, lun, ra fathatan, run, ra kasratan, rin, ra dammatan, run, run, rin, run, nun fathatan, nan, nun kasratan, nin, nun dammatan, nun, nan, nin, nun, lan, lin, lun. Then comes Dwad. Dwad is a letter of Hafat al-Lisan, and we all know Dwad is a very challenging letter to Arabs as well as non-Arabs. So you have to be extra careful. You have to take more care before pronouncing the letter Dwad. Why? Because it is a very challenging letter for pronouncing. Even Arabs as well as non-Arabs, both of them, they face difficulty to pronounce the letter Dwad. Most of them, they read it as Dwad, or some with the Urdu language or English language, they read it as Zwad, which is wrong. You have to make it heavy and you have to raise your aqsal lisan to pronounce it. And it's a letter of itbaq. There should be an echo before in the sound of Dwad. So make it heavy and make it stay in your mouth. Stay in your mouth. Dwad, Dwad, Dwad fathatain, Dwan, Dwad kasratain, Dun, Dwad dammatain, Dun, Dwan, Dun, Dun. Then comes the letters of Shajariyah. The letters of Shajariyah are three. What are they? Jim, Sheen, and Ya Ghair Madiyah. Ya Ghair Madiyah. Let's mark it. Ya, Sheen, and Jim. These three letters belongs to Hurf Shajariyah, yani the letters which are pronounced from the middle part of the tongue. The middle part of the tongue. So, Jeen, Sheen, Ya, Ghair Madiyah. You have to remember Ghair Madiyah. What do you mean by Ghair Madiyah? This Ya does not belongs to the category of Al-Jawf, Jawf letters. This is not that Ya. This is a different Ya. So, Ya fathatain yan, Ya kasratain yin, Ya dammatain yun, yan, yin, yun, Sheen fathatain shan, Sheen kasratain shin, Sheen dammatain shun, shan, shin, shun, Jim fathatain jan, Jim kasratain jin, Jim dammatain jun, jan, jin, jun. Here, Jim, when it carries sukoon, it can carry a qalqala also. It is a qalqala letter. Whereas Sheen, it has a lot of tafashi. Tafashi in it. Tafashi is nothing but the spreading of the sound. The sound spreads in your mouth. Ash, ash, ish, ush. So let's go further. Kaf and Qaf. Kaf and Qaf, these two letters belongs to the letters of Aqsal Lisan. The letters of Aqsal Lisan. What are the two letters of Aqsal Lisan? There are two articulation points of aqsal lisan and there are two letters. Both of them are qaf and kaf. Qaf and kaf. The only difference between qaf and kaf is qaf belongs to aqsal lisan. Qaf is a heavy letter, whereas kaf is a light letter. Qaf, when it carries a sukoon, it can carry a qalqala also. Whereas kaf, when it carries a sukoon, it carries a hams. Hams is a slight air when you pronounce it. When it carries a sukoon, this happens only when it carries a sukoon sign. Okay, so how will we pronounce it? Kaf fathatain kan, kaf kasratain kin. Kaf can also be written in two fonts. This is also kaf and this is also kaf. Sometimes kaf can also be written like this. There is just a difference in the calligraphy, but all three of them are the same letters. Yani these three is a same letter, that is kaf. Kaf fathatain kan, kaf kasratain kin, kaf dammatain kun, kan, kin, kun, qaf fathatain qan. It is a heavy letter. Don't say khan, khan, no. Qan, qan, qaf kasratain qin, qaf dammatain qun, qan, qin, qun. Then comes the letters of halaq. We all know there are three articulation points for 6 letters of halaq. The halaq comprises of 3 articulation points for 6 letters. What are those 6 letters? This is a halaq, adna al-halaq, wasat al-halaq, aqsa al-halaq. Adna halaq, wasat al-halaq and aqsa al-halaq. The adnal halaq, the top part of the halaq, which is very close to the deepest part of the tongue, carries 2 letters, ghain and kha. Both of them are heavy letters. The wasat al halaq, which is the middle part of the throat, it carries 2 letters, that is ain and ha. The third, the aqsal halaq, the one which is close to the chest, carries 2 letters, hamza and ha. These 2 are the heavy letters and rest of them are light letters. So let's begin how to recite them. Qa, qan, qa, qan, kha fathatain khun, kha kasratain khin, kha dammatain khun, khun, khin, khun, ghain fathatain ghan, ghain kasratain ghin, ghain dammatain ghun, ghun, ghin, ghun, ha fathatain han, ha kasratain hin, ha dammatain hun, han, hin, hun, ain fathatain an, ain kasratain in, ain dammatain un, an, in, un, ha fathatain han, ha kasratain hin, ha dammatain hun, han, hin, hun, hamza fathatain an, hamza kasratain in, hamza dammatain un, an, in, un. So this completes our chapter for today, and let me explain you one more thing. If you are seeing this lesson carefully, you may see or you may find that there are certain letters which carry a fatha, fathatain along with the extra alif. If you can see here carefully, you will definitely notice that this fathatain letter, it carries an extra alif standing beside. If I could mark this one, this one, this one, wherever you see fathatain, fathatain, double fatha, you will definitely see alif, except few places. Except few places. Can you see alif standing together with the fathatain? alif standing together with the fathatain, alif standing together with the fathatain. But here you may not see. Let me mark it with a different color so that it will become more visible to you. Let me make it more distinct. If you can see here and here, these are the two places where you will not find the alif. And one more here. Let's check further. Here, 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 here. This shows that wherever you see fathatan, you will definitely find alif standing beside. In the Quran, 70 to 80% of the times, fathatan will be attached with an extra alif. This is because when you stop on these letters, this letter, alif, will help to facilitate the stopping. The letter will change itself into alif mad on stopping, whereas kasratain and dammatain will change into sakin. Like if I give you an example, kitabun, kitabin. On stopping, kitabun will change into kitab, kitab. Whereas if I say kitaban, kitaban will change to kitaba. It will change itself into alif madhiya. Yani the two parallel lines of alif madhiya will get deleted. Yani the two lines will change themselves into a alif mad. This will change into this. Therefore, in the font of the Quran, you will always find an extra alif standing with fathatain. Not with the kasratain, not with the dammatain. But there are some cases, like the case with ta marbuta, like the case with dal, where you will not find alif standing beside. But the alif may be replaced by ya. Alif may be replaced by ya. Instead of alif, ya, you can find ya standing beside. Instead of alif, you will see ya standing beside. But how will you read it? Like hudan, if I give you an example, let me write it properly. Hudan, it's written in this form in the Quran. But how will you read it on stopping? Can you make it to hudai? No. You have to read it like huda with two counts. Consider it like as alif madhiya. You will consider it as alif madhiya and you will read it as huda, huda. This is huda, huda. And this happens with ta marbuta also. With ta marbuta, there will be no extra alif. You have to keep in mind, ta marbuta, if ta marbuta carries fathatain on it, you will never find alif, extra alif. Instead, you will definitely find only ta marbuta taking the two fathatains. There will be no extra alif with ta marbuta. See? No extra alif with ta marbuta. You just have to remember two things. Wherever there is fathatan, an extra alif is written with it. But this will not take place with certain letters like dal and dhal. Dal and dhal, if they carry fathatan, the alif might be replaced with ya. And there will be no extra alif with ta marbuta. There will be no extra alif with ta marbuta. You have to remember this. I hope you understand today's lesson. Inshallah, see you in the next video with the next lesson. Inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. And if you have any doubt, you can write it in the comments to me. Inshallah, I will try to clear your doubt. Okay, Jazakumullahu khairan. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.